Yeah, they counted us out, now we lead the division again. At the top of the round, 17 and Jody with the hands. AI-12 split the divas, you know that we winning again. AI-12 split the divas, you know that we winning again. They don't want to see the squad, they just watch us beat the lines. They don't want to see us blitz the number.
Alright guys, welcome to NSFW Dynasty Podcast, episode 3.5. It's a 0.5 because it's halfway through the week, and we were going to talk about some shit that wasn't on the original agenda.
Even though it's probably going to be our longest episode yet.
Who you just heard was my co-host, BJ Kolb.
What's up?
We got our producer, Nick Gofford.
And a special guest,
Tyler Juan Boyington.
Zach's a pussy.
That is crotch to all you who know him. The only thing and everything that we're talking about today, what happened in free agency this week? Because there was a bunch of shit.
A lot of shit going on.
We won't be bringing up people who re-signed with their teams, or any defensive players, or your offensive linemen, because they are not fantasy relevant.
If your team signed an offensive lineman,
it just helps your team.
Your running back went up, so there you go.
Yeah, we can do Joe Mixon style. Boom, 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 boom.
And if we sound a little bit drunk, that's because we were sitting at the bar since 1 watching NCAA. So
March Madness tournament.
So that's probably why.
This is also called episode 3.5, the Drunk Pod.
Yes, it is. Shit, I better catch up.
All right, Nick. Start with bullet number 4.
Thanks, Mitch. Thanks for that handoff.
Yeah, that's what I do best.
That was very nice of you.
Football style.
So what are we going to talk about today? Free agency? I can't even talk today.
I already said that.
So the first thing I guess we'll talk about is the initial reaction to everything. How do you guys think it started out? Pretty hot?
That was a bomb blowing up with how fucking hot it started.
Oh, that had a good sound effect in there.
You can put it over the top, definitely. We should also let them hear that part.
I'm not really going to edit it out. It says that.
The shit started off nuts. We had a lot of people going in the tampering period,
Oh, yeah.
And we had week 3 guys going within the tampering period. Quote unquote, air quotes, tampering period. We had week 3 guys like Gabriel, Jay Stu, people like that going in the tampering
Jonathan
period.
fucking Stewart.
It's like, it was nuts. Like, I was really surprised to see how that's the way that everything went.
And Ryan Grant's contract, 4 years, $29 million, which is now voided because of a failed physical, air quotes once again, because they wanted Mike Crabtree.
Yep. How did you think, Juan? What did you think about it?
I think everything considered, Ryan Grant's contract was absolutely ridiculous.
Either way, yeah, definitely.
Are we on to the next one?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit, we're going to talk about the Chicago Bears, even though they're never relevant. So, let's start there.
Will never be.
As long as they're in the same division as Packers.
A fantasy relevant offense this year.
Yeah, but they're still going to be a garbage team altogether.
Because the Bears still suck. Anyways, who's the first player?
Let's see. They signed Allen Robinson.
What'd you think about it, BJ?
I wasn't really surprised. I was a little bit surprised because I did hear a report going into the day before that said that he wasn't going to sign with the Bears. But obviously that was false, and I should have never retweeted it. I admit it. I made a mistake. But no, the Bears need offensive help. Simple as that. And I think that A-Rob is a huge step into giving them the offense that they need to be successful.
Yeah, the only reason I was shocked was because they said earlier in the night that the Bears were out of the running for A-Rob, and they were making Sammy their number 1 priority, Sammy Watkins. And I know they wanted a number 1 receiver, so it kind of made sense that they went after A-Rob, even though it was down to the Niners and Packers after they got kicked out.
It makes sense, but I could easily see the Bears going in and pitching in this much more money to get them because they have a big cap margin.
Which was still less than Samuel, which is
Yeah, but I think in the end, A-Rob is a better wide receiver than
I think it's because he was coming off the ACL injury, honestly.
Yeah. So, no, the Bears definitely addressed a huge need in signing A-Rob. I'm actually real excited.
They gave Trubisky his number one wide receiver, the guy that you want to look at every time that you back up to pass.
Yeah. But as an A-Rob owner, I'm real excited for him going there because you don't know what Trubisky is. He could be an all-star or he could be worse than the quarterback he is now.
He could be a Seabiscuit.
You could be a Jay Cutler.
Jay Cutler. But that was pretty good.
But I see this is definitely a better landing spot for A-Rob than it was staying with the Jags.
Tyler, Rich Homie Juan, what do you think about it?
Honestly, I understand the move for Allen Robinson. Surround your young quarterback with weapon, a number one wide receiver. Kevin White has been injured the past couple of years. Cam Meredith coming off an injury.
Good points.
Personally, from a fantasy perspective, I'm just not a Trubisky believer, so I would stay away from Robinson.
Dude, his name is the Truth Biscuits for a reason.
You're going to stay away from Robinson?
Personal preference here. I feel like if I own Robinson shares right here, I would be selling Allen Robinson right now because I feel like you could get a lot for him. And right now, your value is the highest you're ever going to get for him.
I was going to say, do you guys actually have faith in Trubisky?
All I'm saying is Trubisky is a better quarterback than Bortles. So you might as well hang on. And we'll get to that
overall pick. Wow.
Holy
BJ drops his phone.
So what are we on to the fantasy impact?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about that.
I think it really helps. He's going to get a bunch of volume. He's going to get probably anywhere between 160 to 175 targets, which he should catch at least over 50% of that, which is anywhere from 80 to 90 catches for the season, which is going to be huge for him.
He's definitely going to get majority of the volume. He's still really the only wide receiver that they have on the roster. Granted, we'll get to him later, but they brought in Taylor Gabriel. But he's still, other than Trey Burton, he's the one other person. He's still the guy that's going to get majority of the fucking receptions there. So in that case, I would disagree with Juan. He's definitely a guy that you got to hold.
On volume alone, he's going to get his points.
Yes.
Nice burp, Nick. Nice burp. Still
you
heard
can still hear it on ours.
Well, thank you then.
You got anything to add, Juan?
I definitely have something to add to that. For instance, Trubisky hasn't proven anything to us yet. How many games has he passed over 300 yards for?
Probably 0.
Exactly. And so now they have A-Rob, Cam Meredith, Kevin White, and
Kevin White's not
they have Cohen and Jordan Howard, and they have Shaheen.
Kevin White's probably played
and Burton.
5 total games in 2 seasons.
Exactly. You can't even throw Kevin White in there like he's a good target.
The guy was told to look at his own college tape because he didn't believe in himself so much.
I'm just saying, they signed Taylor Gabriel too.
He had one good year.
Look at how much money they paid him though.
Taylor Gabriel. The teams paying a player money doesn't mean they're good. Just because the Ravens threw a bunch of money at Ryan Grant doesn't mean Ryan Grant's good.
I mean, I'm not saying that he's good, but I'm saying he's going to be involved in the offense somewhat. They're going to run like those.
He's going to be involved.
To Taylor Gabriel.
We'll get to that once we
quick streams.
Hey, we'll get to that once we talk about Taylor Gabriel.
Hey guys, quick.
He'll get involved, yes, but he's not going to take away from A-Rob's share.
Set the goddamn mic down, Nick.
I can't because Juan's sitting back.
Well,
anyways, we got like 50 guys to get through, and we're already at 8 minutes on one.
All right, let's go on to the next one then. Whatever.
Well, no, it's
buy or sell.
We still got to go on what we
buy
can
or
expect.
sell. We'll
you got to buy or sell. All right.
BJ, you go first.
Well, if you're gonna buy or sell or hold.
Buy, sell, hold.
Yep. I would hang on to him, obviously. If you had A-Rob during the Bortles era, you're waiting for this opportunity for him to get out of that. So you're going to hang on to him and see what he does. If he fails, he fails. Because it doesn't really matter because he failed under Bortles. So hang on to him and see what he does.
He did really well with Bortles. Then sucked, then tore his ACL. So there's a whole range of outcomes.
Bortles had was awful last year, so I don't see anything being different last year. So.
I don't know. I'd say I'd either be buying or holding right now. Either you put your money, air quotes, in for him, or you buy him because next year you're not going to be able to get him for this price. I feel like
I agree.
His price is going to go up because of what he's just going to get volume-wise in the offense this year.
I agree, but if I owned him, I'd definitely just hang on to him.
Oh, yeah.
You got.
Well,
you
I mean,
can't,
that's
you
what
can't
the buy-sell trade is.
Yeah.
Or buy-sell.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know. But, no, I agree. Juan?
Honestly, I'm going to disagree with both of you again.
Yeah, because you're
gonna
fucking
say
bum.
sell.
And I'm going to sell the shit out of A-Rob. I'm going to sell him for a high first-round pick, probably like 1.5, 1.4, something like that.
Packer fan. Bear
And
hater.
try and get something for him because I don't understand where all these targets are coming for him because they signed Gabriel, they signed Burton, they have Shaheen, they have
You also have
Kevin
to-
White, Cam Meredith.
You also have to
Stop throwing Kevin White in there.
They're also a running team.
You also have to factor in the fact that every receiver they used last year is not on their roster anymore.
True.
All right.
I'll give you that point.
So there's a bunch of.
But they definitely do have weapons.
All right, let's move on.
all right.
We're
They
taking
have-
for fucking ever.
They
All right.
have Taylor Gabriel that may take underneath.
Okay,
All right,
shut up.
BJ.
We'll get on to
We
that
got it.
later.
We got it. We'll talk. Well, if we have any heated discussions at the end of this, we'll do that. So besides Robinson, the Bears also signed up Trey Burton. What do you guys think on that?
Oh, I fucking love Trey Burton. This guy is young, just broke out in his 4th year. He showed what he can do behind Zach Ertz, one of the better tight ends in the league. And I'm actually super surprised that they even signed him because they spent an early second-round pick on Adam Shaheen last year. And the Lions looked like the Lions were going to be the front runners for him throughout the whole offseason.
They didn't even make an attempt.
No, but
Did they?
no, I don't think they did. But that's what all the reports were, from all the Twitter experts.
No, I agree. I was really surprised because the GM that's still there obviously likes Shaheen. That's why they spent the second round pick on him. And it's not like he did bad behind Zach Miller. He didn't really have a lot of opportunities. But he did make the most of the slim chances that he had. I mean, that plays into it too. But if the GM is high on a guy, usually they stay high on the guy. On top of that, I do think Trey Burton, that gives them a proven,
Sometimes it's
somewhat
different when you bring
proven.
in a new head coach.
I mean,
especially when you don't do both at the same time.
It definitely is.
Yeah. All right. What can we expect from this year as far as fantasy?
I definitely think he's going to be a tight end 1 this year. Not like a top 5 guy, but closer to like a tight end 8, tight end 10, somewhere around there. He's going to put up some nice numbers being the safety blanket for Truth Biscuits.
Oh, no, I agree. I would go down a little bit, say he's going to be tight end 1, tight end 2 range, but that's irrelevant. They signed him for that long for how much money for a reason. They like him.
For 32, 8 a season.
So they're obviously going to use him. He's going to be definitely the guy to own for tight ends. And
Yeah, if you have
Chicago.
Shaheen, sell him for whatever the fuck you can get.
yeah, I'm just dropping him.
You got anything to add over there, Juan?
Yeah, I would definitely say I agree with you guys. I think you will be like an 8 to 12 tight end. Nagy the Faggy definitely uses tight ends like Kelsey and things like that. And they didn't sign him for $8 million a year for nothing. So I agree.
All right. So you guys gonna take this hooker back to the hotel room, or are you gonna dump him in the water?
They're going to hang on to him
Or are you gonna hang on to him?
for life.
I'm either going to take him back or I'm going to chain him up in the room. So I'm either going to buy or hold. He's a young guy. This will be his 5th year in the league, I believe.
Oh, so you're gonna have
25
a little
years
dungeon pet.
It's known for tight ends to take a couple years, 2, 3, possibly even 4 years to develop. And what you saw when Zach Ertz was hurt this year, I think that he's shown that it'll be pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, if I had Burton on my roster, I'm definitely chaining that bitch up in my room. If you had him on your roster, that means you're waiting for this moment to have his chance. He was behind Ertz.
To either use or sell,
Yes.
honestly.
But he was behind Ertz, so you're
Pimp him
waiting.
out, potentially.
You're not pimping him out. He's going to put up tight end 1, tight end 2 numbers. If you don't have any other drastic needs on your team, just keep him.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you have needs at running back or wide receiver, then you would maybe try pimping him out to
get that wide receiver running back.
So.
All right. What about Juan? You got any opinions?
I completely agree with you guys. If I have him, I'm chaining him to the fucking bed, and I'm not giving him up until he's fucking done.
Tying him up with your tie.
Yep.
Dang, I like where
Use your
this is
ties,
going.
zip ties, use some cuffs.
Use whatever you got. Hang on to him.
All right.
Chain him to that bed as hard as possible.
All right. Make sure you put the plastic down.
Really fucking weird.
Got a little bit on the macabre
Sorry,
side.
we got a little out.
That's all right. So we're going to talk about one more Bear signing, I guess. Taylor Gabriel. Yeah, obviously still the Bears. So any reactions on that, guys? What do you think?
I was definitely not expecting it, and I did not think he was going to get that much money.
No, I wasn't expecting it either. I thought he was going to be like a week 2, week 3 guy.
Couple $1 million season 2, 3, maybe 4 max.
But I guess if you're hurting that much at wide receiver, you know, make sure you get the guy that you like. So then you would take him at that point. But no, I wasn't expecting that signing at that time. I thought they would make a run at A-Rob and maybe like a higher end wide receiver.
Yeah, higher
there.
wide receiver 2 and use Meredith as their 3 maybe.
Yeah, but I wasn't expect going for Taylor Gabriel right there. That makes me question Meredith's role on that team.
It does make a lot of sense having Nagy come in. I feel like he's going to try to use him in the Tyreek role because they're both fast. They're a little smaller. But it's definitely not going to work to the same extent.
Yeah, the only thing that worries me about that is I view Gabriel as more of a slot guy.
Yeah.
He's only, 5'10", 5'8". I was going to say 5'10" on a good day.
I Googled it earlier. Maybe with cleats on concrete. He's 5'10".
Yeah. But no, he's going to be their slot guy, so that kind of questions the role for Meredith going forward. So.
What do you think about him, Juan?
To be honest, I thought he was going to be a late guy like you guys said, and I thought he was going to go maybe reunite with Shanahan in San Francisco, play a slot role for Jimmy G, something like that. I was very surprised that he went the first, in the tampering period. I think they way overpaid for him, but I do think they're going to try and use him like a Tyreek Hill kind of role. I don't know how that's going to work, but I agree with you.
All he's got going for him is speed with Tyreek.
Yeah, well, they're not the same player.
Now let's keep this rolling. We're taking a lot of time.
Yeah, let's move on like a 4-hour podcast. We're going to keep rolling. So Denver Broncos now are next in line. So it looks like our old buddy from the Vikings. The Vikings, yes, English. Case Keenum going to the Broncos. What do you guys think?
I believe that they settled for him, but it's not a bad settle. They couldn't get the guy they wanted in Cousins, so they got the next best thing. Made a lot of sense to me. I
mean, yeah, they obviously wanted Cousins at that standpoint, but bringing in Case Keenum, I think he'll put up. I mean, he still has weapons around him, so I think he'll put up somewhat around the numbers fantasy-wise as he did last year, just because he still has Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders, and he's a big upgrade over Seaman and
Seaman, Osweiler,
Seaman and Osweiler. So
we all like Seaman.
So
yeah, I don't think it'll be quite as good as last season with the Vikings.
I mean,
he's got some older guys,
but they have 2 good wide receivers.
They're still good receivers. They're a little older, but
and I still expect him to bring in Tyler Eifert for their tight end. So
Tyler Eifert just re-signed with the Bengals today.
Really?
1-year deal. Yep.
Did not expect that coming. All right.
Obviously.
All right, let's do the buy, sell, hold.
Yeah, here we go. We go buy, sell, hold.
All right, I think we both agree on this one. I don't know about Juan, but I'm going to say sell. You wouldn't really use him unless you're in a super flex or 2 QB league.
Yeah, I mean,
unless you're really struggling at quarterback.
Yeah, I say sell too. Even if you're in a 1 QB league and someone wants him on your team, Case Keenum is not in your long-term plans for your league, for your team.
Yeah, he
is therefore eligible to be shipped off. I think if you have a bunch of people that aren't on your long-term plans for your team, you take them for as much as you can get and you can ship them. That is my strategy for trading anyways. So I would put this for Case Keenum and sell them for as much as I can get.
Yep. Juan?
I somewhat agree with you guys. I'm going to actually hold him until the first couple weeks of the season, and he performs.
Hope he goes off.
Yeah, I hope he goes off because he's got Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders as weapons. I'm going to sell DT and Emmanuel, and I'm going to sell Keenum after a couple weeks because he's going to, up those guys' value. Those guys are actually, deteriorating in age. So I'm going to try and get something out of them in the first couple of weeks after they overperform.
Yeah, I agree with you. If you have DT or Emmanuel, they're up there in age. If someone wants them because of the signing, sell. Yes, it's a sell time for them.
Wow, we actually got somebody in here that knows what they're talking about. It's kind of weird.
Shut the fuck up, Nick.
All right, let's move on. Kansas City.
This is my guy.
Yeah,
Slammy Sammy.
These fucking retards.
Suck a dick, Nick.
So unfortunately, the Packers didn't come through on this one, but he did go to the Chiefs. So, Mr. Sammy Watkins, what do you guys think?
Honestly, I wasn't a fan at first. Then I thought about it for a while, and it would be really nice for Sammy to not be the number one guy to take coverage away from the other guys. So now he gets Tyreek to take coverage away from him, gets his one-on-one matchups, and could potentially be great every week.
Yeah, if I'm a Mahomes owner like I am, I fucking love this signing because you put all the weapons that he needs to succeed around him. By signing Sammy Watkins, you are playing to his strength, which is his arm strength. You have 2 guys that can stretch the field, and you have a guy like Travis Kelce that can take all the underneath routes and everything like that. So.
And you still have Sammy, who's the possession guy.
Yeah, I love this signing. Again, like you, I was skeptical. I wondered why they did it, but they did have a need at wide receiver. I didn't think they were going to go this big on wide receiver.
$16 million a season, big.
But it's definitely a good signing. I think it will up Sammy Watkins' value. I don't see Tyreek Hill's value changing much.
I see it dropping a little bit.
But I see Travis Kelce is changing a little bit. It's not going to be a drastic.
I see both. I see Tyreek and Kelce dropping a little. And Sammy's going up.
The only player I see changing a lot, going down, is Kareem Hunt.
No.
Because I think they're going to throw the ball more just because they have all those weapons around them. And they like him a lot.
What do you think, Juan?
Well,
there's the crack.
I'm going to have to disagree with you guys again a little bit here. And I just think there are so much weapons in Kansas City. I don't think they're going to be able to feed Sammy Watkins every day, every game. I don't think he can become a wide receiver 1. I think he becomes
he's definitely a high wide receiver 2.
Personally, I think he's like a wide receiver 2 some weeks. Most weeks, maybe a wide receiver 3. That's just personal preference. I just feel like a new quarterback. Yeah, I think Patrick Mahomes may be the real deal, but he's still younger, so he's got to have time to develop. He didn't play at all last year, so this is going to be his first. Yeah, this is going to be his first real year. I think he's going to, target the tight end a lot. Kelce as his blanket. I think they're going to do some short passes to Hill, and that may
think that he's going to do short passes with that cannon arm he's got?
Yeah, but they like to run screens to Tyreek on the.
And they can also do it.
The one thing I would
fake a screen to Tyreek and then go a screen to Sammy on the other side.
Yeah, the only thing that really worries me is they have Hunt and Ware's coming back. Both those guys are good pass catchers out of the backfield. So we haven't seen enough Mahomes to know what. I mean, I know you guys say he's a gunslinger, but we don't know if he's a
Brett Favre 2.0.
If he's going to check down to the running backs a lot. I just don't know yet. So
I mean, Mahomes showed in the game that he did start that he's not going to check down. He's going to go out there and take those chances.
Well, that
Other
could've
than
been a
that, the
proven
only
game though.
the only
Just starting.
It was one game.
it was only one game, but he did show that he's willing to take risks.
I mean, I'm not saying I don't like the Sammy signing from actual Chiefs perspective, not fantasy point. Like, I think that's a great signing, but from a fantasy perspective, I think a lot of people maybe be a little bit higher on Sammy than I would, so I would probably get rid of him.
I just think his bad weeks aren't going to be as bad as they were, and his good weeks are going to be better than they were, just because of the offense.
I do agree with that because in Los Angeles, he was the number one guy. So that gave Bob Woods.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying. He took most of the coverage away from Bob, and that's why Bob excelled.
That's the biggest thing with Sammy is he always is the guy. Even in Buffalo, he was the guy that everybody focused on. And saying in Los Angeles,
always had that guy shading his way.
This here in KC, they cannot do that because they have Tyreek Hill over on their side. So I'm really excited on what he can do in KC.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's actually an interesting concept because what does the defense is going to actually go to? Exactly. Are they going to actually go to Tyreek? Yes. Or are they going to go to Sammy?
They're going to go towards Tyreek because Tyreek's a game changer.
I think they go towards Sammy because
they go towards Sammy.
He can dink and dunk him, but that'll open up Tyreek more. So I don't even know.
This last year that he can dink and dunk him.
So I guess we don't know until the season actually starts. You probably really want to get a hold of Tyreek if they got Sammy now.
No, I'd go for Sammy over Tyreek.
I want to sell Tyreek right now as high as I can get.
Oh yeah, I guess
because I feel like Sammy's going to eat into
Tyreek's ADP right now is like 17.
Yeah, that's way too high for me.
18th overall.
That's too rich for my blood right now.
I'll take Sammy at 38.
Most definitely, yeah.
All right, so let's move on. We're gonna buy, sell, or hold him.
I'm gonna buy him every day of the week.
Mitch is buying. BJ.
Yeah, I'm probably buying him too.
He's gonna cost you what, 1.7, 1.8?
Yeah.
Like what other receiver are you gonna get?
The thing is he hasn't proven much. Owners may look at this as like there's a lot of buzz around this guy. I'm gonna sell him because he hasn't really done much in his career.
Exactly.
But as an owner, you got to look at it like he was the only guy on every team that he had, and now he has another guy alongside of him. You don't know what he can do. He could go out next year and be the best wide receiver in the league.
He's going to get a bunch of one-on-ones, and it's going to be great for him.
So you definitely have to buy him.
All right, that was a long talk on Sammy.
We're going to go with Juan.
Yeah, we'll go to Juan.
I'm just going to agree with you guys. I'm definitely going to buy him right now. Even though he's got tons of weapons over there. Sammy is just an athletic freak who can jump out of the gym. And, I mean, you're not going to have a chance to buy somebody this low in a elite offense like Kansas City is going to be next year.
All right, we should take a little break here, guys.
No, let's just keep.
Why don't you guys hold on, and we're going to take a tiny break. Go snort some cocaine so we get some energy back.
Let's go.
We'll see you in a few. All right, welcome back, guys. We're all lubed up, ready to go, eh?
Yeah,
you guys ready over there?
Not me, I go in dry.
Yeah, Mitch likes to dry. Chafe that.
A little spit.
Little spit works. Spit is lube, so we'll be good there. All right, so let's move on. Arizona Cardinals signing Sam Bradford to a ridiculous fucking deal. But what do you guys think?
1 year, $20 million. If he can stay healthy, I think it's not bad with how much cap space they have.
I mean, it's definitely not bad, especially at fantasy because it saves Fitz and JJ Nelson from the dooms of fucking death. That being not having.
And I'm pretty sure that all Sam Bradford does is throw it to the running back, so that helps out David Johnson a fuck ton.
Yeah. If you're a Sam Bradford owner, obviously the only thing you're really worried about is his knees.
Well, yeah, him staying healthy.
Yeah, so
him being able to play more than 6.5 games.
He's a capable quarterback. I understand. I mean, I don't understand the contract. I understand why they signed him.
Actually, when he plays well, though.
Fantasy-wise, I like it because it gives Fitz, J.J. Nelson, and whoever they bring in besides them.
David Johnson, plus they're giving, I read a thing that they're saying they're giving Ricky Seals-Jones extra time now. They're going to try to implement the offense. He's going to take over more.
Yeah. No, He's a tight end on the rise, definitely.
Well, he was technically a wide receiver in college, so.
I mean, if you're a receiving team like what the Cardinals are,
the passing team, yeah. What do you think, Juan?
from a Dynasty perspective, I do not like Sam Bradford. I don't think the Cardinals' offensive line is anywhere good.
That's why he's just going to flick it to David Johnson.
I think David Johnson's value even goes up even higher. I know he's coming off an injury, but I still think David Johnson's going to come out a lot higher for PPR leagues, but I just don't see Sam Bradford holding up from that offensive line, and just because he's never held up before. And then I only like Fitz, but
because the guy's going to catch 137 balls this season.
This is his last year. I mean, Fitz is going to be fantasy relevant for 1 year, so
I don't even know why he went back to Arizona. It doesn't make.
Maybe if I'm pushing for a championship, I'm going to go after Fitz, but everyone else like JJ Nelson, I'm not sold on any of those other guys. So
it's basically the David Johnson Fitz show.
Yeah.
And if you can get Ricky Seals-Jones cheap.
Yeah, maybe on the cheap, yeah.
I I agree with Juan. Definitely in Dynasty format, your primary quarterback is not Sam Bradford.
No, he's like your third.
He's a stopgap quarterback.
Yeah, he's there if you literally have no one else.
I don't think you'll even get offered anything for him. So that's why.
So what do you guys think? Buy, sell, or hold this son of a bitch?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I'd hold him because you're not going to get shit for him.
Yeah.
And you might as well just hold on to him just in case he can stay healthy. The only time you'll ever get an offer is the guy's thinking about it, and he already got hurt that week.
Yeah.
Definitely. You got to hold him. He has absolutely no value now after missing almost all of last season.
1.5 games.
He has a decent chance of being pretty productive in this offense with DJ, Fitz, JJ Nelson with the deep ball. Maybe you find a suitor in the middle of the season that really needs a quarterback, and then definitely sell him. But as of right now, you're holding them.
All right, Mr. Juan.
I completely agree with BJ. I would hold right now until the middle of the season. If he outperforms his value, then I would get rid of him instantly to a quarterback needy team.
All right. Let's move on. Baltimore Ravens signed John Brown. What do you guys think of that one?
It's the Ravens.
What did I say?
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the Ravens.
I thought I fucked up the name.
That's all there is to it.
Yeah, all John Brown's going to do is fill the Mike Wallace role that was last year, and I don't think he's going to do that better of a job than Mike Wallace did. They're both just speed wide receivers.
I just think that it's the Ravens, and Joe Flacco's supposed to be elite, but they're still the Ravens.
That's where wide receivers go to die.
Is John Brown already dead? I thought the signal.
How is Joe Flacco still in this league?
Because he's elite.
He's way overpaid.
Wait, is that
unquote elite?
Is that kind of like you can't spell elite without Eli?
Yeah, kind of. Pretty similar.
He's way overpaid. That's why he still is on a fucking franchise. Pretty much.
All right, so not much to talk about there, but what do you guys think? Buy, sell, hold?
None of those, because I say cut.
Cut? Ooh, he's gonna dump him in the river. Beautiful.
I wouldn't even hold on to him.
You don't just cut him. He obviously has a role in the offense.
He's the bottom of your roster guy. You find someone else. Right now, somewhere else, you're gonna cut him and pick someone else.
You're not gonna cut him. He's the best wide receiver that they got. So you're gonna hang on to him for a little bit, and then if he goes into the season and does nothing,
what about Brashad Perriman?
Oh yeah. That guy.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same.
All right, what about you, Juan?
I would kind of agree with BJ. I would actually try and sell him for anything I could get. Maybe a low 5th round pick, anything, because just somebody mentioning his name and him getting signed, maybe he has somewhat of a value, but I don't think he's going to have any value as a Ravens wide receiver.
Yeah, because ultimately he's going to the Ravens with Joe Flacco.
But I mean, going back to Juan's point, that has some that is relevant because people may be excited because you are adding another deep threat to Flacco's arm. So if someone's out there, just sell it.
Yeah, I mean, name another wide receiver on the
Crabtree, the next guy.
Okay, he just got signed. Okay, we're gonna go with Michael Crabtree.
You guys keep fucking talking.
How old is Michael Crabtree?
Doesn't matter. He's going to be the possession guy. He's going to get most of the targets.
But it's still
eight.
To my point,
passes,
John Brown is still
yards.
a hot name. He's kind of, I mean, you got something there maybe, and maybe you can get anything for him. Just try and get something.
I wouldn't bank your season on a Joe Flacco in the Ravens offense.
Definitely not.
If there is one person to bet your quote unquote bet your season on, it's whoever Flacco's tight end is, because he's going to pepper that guy up. But
lots of dig and dumps.
They don't have one currently.
Still,
so.
It's a ghost. This is the ghost of
And maybe they move Crabtree to tight end. Who knows?
I think there's many other options before this comes up. So, all right.
Can we just actually skip Crabtree? Because I don't think.
We just talked about Crabtree.
Crabtree's not allowed to talk about. He's a good wide receiver at the Ravens. He's dead.
I still think he's going to be their leading receiver, but other than that, it's not going to be much.
Yeah, it's not going to be much.
Not much relevance there, so yeah. All right, now on to the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Where their offense is garbage.
God damn it.
Their offense is garbage, and it's their defense that is the real deal.
Yeah, so do we even want to talk about Moncrief?
Yeah, we'll talk about Moncrief.
Right. What do you guys think?
I'm pretty pissed off. I really liked Keelan Cole and Marquise Lee. Not much of a fan of Dede. But I don't think that's the place that Moncrief, a guy I really thought would thrive in this league, should go to regain fantasy value.
Oh, definitely not. I was surprised on the signing too, because it sounded like they were dead set on their core of wide receivers.
With the two rookies and re-signing Marquise.
Yeah, but bringing in Moncrief, I think that says more to how much they don't trust Dede more than it does that they don't trust your guy.
Keelan, yeah. Because Dede is more of an outside guy.
Yeah, I see a point out as this. Not Moncrief.
Dede?
No,
Keelan?
Marquise Lee is going to be more of your inside guy. Sorry, I'm a little fucked up right now. But he's going to be more of your inside guy.
No, it's Creef and Keese on the outside, and it's Cole in the slot, and Dede is competing for time with Moncrief on one of the outside.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here's a question for you guys.
But I would think, 1 minute, I would think that it would be Dede that loses most value.
No, I agree, yeah.
That
because Dede's got to compete for that outside
those
role.
three guys still have a role. The only one I would question is Moncrief, but they pay him so much money that he's going to have a role. But I think the guy that really loses out they should be worried about is obviously Dede. That hasn't proven much.
I concur.
So.
All right, so the question being, in relevancy to the fantasy or dynasty format, where would you rank a Jacksonville player?
Oh,
from 1 to 10.
None of their wide receivers are. I mean, their best wide
PPR
receiver
format, though. I think
Marquise Lee, Keelan Cole are bottom tier wide receiver 3s, and the rest are.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
As long as you have Blake Bortles as your quarterback,
you're fucked.
You're done.
Yeah.
You're never gonna reach wide receiver 2.
All right. So do we buy, sell, or dump this dumbass in the river?
I'd buy Moncrief, and if I had Dede, I would sell the fuck out of him.
I would steer clear from them. They have too many weapons.
So that's a river dump.
How much are you really going to pay for Moncrief? A fourth?
There's Moncrief truthers out there, though.
Yeah, like us, and we'd pay fourths.
I mean, if you're paying a fourth for Moncrief, all right, do it. Because if he's with a top-tier quarterback, he's going to do good, but he's not with a top-tier quarterback.
Yeah, I agree.
All right.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going to buy Moncrief, and I'm going to hope that maybe he doesn't return any gains this year, but he only signed a 1-year deal, $7 million. So maybe he can go somewhere else with a decent quarterback, not named Blake Bortles.
I was hoping he came to the Packers this year. He would have been a great fucking X receiver.
I was actually personally, I was hoping like San Francisco, maybe on like a 1-year
someone that has a lot of
something like that.
No, yeah, someone that has a lot of potential is where he needs to go. So if you're a rebuilding team, I can see buying him because he still has that chance this coming off season.
Yep.
So,
all right, on the next guy. This guy would fit well at the round table here. He really likes drinking. So Let's talk a little bit about ASJ.
This is the guy that I wish the Packers would have signed because his deal was so tiny. But I really think that he'll be okay. I think he'll be solid there. Bortles doesn't like to go downfield. He doesn't like to go intermediate. He wants to throw the short routes to the tight end and to Lenny Fournette or TJ Yeldon.
I mean, he definitely likes the tight end position. You saw the increase in Mercedes Lewis's value.
Yeah, that fucking bum.
That just adds, I think, another dimension why all these wide receivers won't, especially Moncrief, won't mean as much because he's there. He is a solid receiving target, but I wouldn't put him in like the tight end one category.
No,
probably
he's borderline.
low tight end two.
No, I'd say a high tight end 2, early tight end, or late tight end 1.
It depends what format.
Something like that.
If it's PPR, it would take Kittle and all them over him.
Do you guys worry about him getting in trouble again?
No, not at all. I think
definitely. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I think
If you have the history,
he changes.
I mean,
You think the same thing about Josh Gordon, so I won't.
But if I'm sorry for interrupting, but if you have the history of getting in trouble,
that was awfully polite.
That's how you know BJ's drunk. He says he's sorry.
He's apologizing.
sorry.
Oh, there it goes again.
But if you have the history of getting in trouble, that is never going to go away from you. So you're always going to be worried about the next time you're going to get caught. Even with Josh Gordon, which looks like he turned a new leaf, you're worried about the next time he's going to get caught smoking pot.
You can see it in some people, though. Some people you can see.
But in ASJ, can you really see it? Yeah. Josh Gordon went out and did this interview. It's like, hey, I turned my life around. ASJ didn't do that. He just kind of popped that.
I mean, it's just marijuana. You could share a little bit with us.
ASJ was a drinker and driver.
No, I'm talking about
because drinking and driving is definitely easier getting caught for than smoking pot.
When you make that much money, why not just order?
I was talking about the reefer, not the drinking and driving.
All right, Juan, what do you think about ASJ?
I think he's kind of a good buy low candidate, to be quite honest.
Honestly, wish I never sold him.
With the Jets, I feel like he had at least like 3 or 4 touchdowns overturned. So he could have had like a 7 or 8 year touchdown year. And like BJ brought up, Mercedes Lewis actually, I think he had like 5 touchdowns. He didn't have very many yards, like 300 or something.
Multiple touchdown games.
So, I mean, Bortles is garbage. We all know that, but I mean, bad quarterbacks, young quarterbacks, I guess you could still kind of consider Bortles a young quarterback. They like to target the tight end. I don't think Jacksonville is a passing offense, but I think ASJ's value comes with the goal line, throw him a jump ball kind of thing.
Yep.
Also, the only thing that kind of scares me is they do have Fournette, which is just a bully in the goal line. So,
but the thing that goes in ASJ's favor is if you're a running team, the next best option is their tight end.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you'll play fake off the goal line and you just dump it off your tight end.
They'll play actions to the tight end.
The other thing that I kind of like ASJ is he performed. He should, like I said, he should have like 6 or 7 touchdowns, and it was with Josh McCown. So like, I mean, I'm not a McCown fan, so I think Bortles or McCown, whatever. The clown. I think he should have been. He can perform a little bit better with Bortles.
All right. I'm going to cut in. Buy, sell, or hold.
I would sell him because obviously, I believe I know you think different. Tight ends are the easiest positions to replace in Dynasty. I know I said hold or sell.
I said buy.
I'm saying sell him. He's a tight end. You can replace him.
I'm saying buy because I don't know what a lot of people think of him. I think a lot of people are worried about his past. So why not offer
he is a
low pick and try to get him?
I'm gonna buy the fuck out of him because people are gonna offer you. You're gonna be able to offer people like nothing, like garbage.
And Bortles loves to throw it to the tight end.
Exactly,
it's easy for him.
Yeah, exactly.
He is a really good red zone target.
And the tight end is going to be open because the linebacker is going to suck down from the run game, and tight end's going to slip behind him.
Yep.
It's
all right.
This is one.
Yeah, let's move on.
All right. So, well done, boys. Moving on, Miami Dolphins. So who do we got first? Albert
Jesus
Wilson
Christ.
here. What do you guys think of that one?
My initial reaction was why?
I mean,
Just why?
they needed wide receivers after trading Jarvis, but I don't know why you are spending this much money, especially when you're clearly rebuilding on wide receiver.
And when you traded up to draft Leonte Carew, who is a slot guy
He is.
with a high college dominator.
But with
ranking.
that, I do like Albert Wilson. He did a lot.
I thought he was god awful with the Chiefs.
He did okay with the Chiefs. Obviously, there was Tyreek Hill and Kelsey above him. He did all right. He had decent games. Really, fantasy-wise, he wasn't relevant. But the thing is, I don't see that changing.
Guy's a scrub.
Yeah, I don't see it changing.
I fucking hate this signing. I think they completely overpaid on a guy that's not worth anything. I agree with Mitch. I like Carew completely 10 times better than Albert Wilson. If I had any shares with him, I'd try and trade him, but most likely you're going to have to cut him.
Do you have a
Breaking news, motherfuckers! Lions just signed LeGarrette Blount to a 1-year, $4.5 million deal.
Oh, yeah, light the blunt up.
What the
I actually like that signing.
fuck?
All right, let's
like that.
Back to his old Patriot counterpart.
we'll touch on, why don't we add that to the end? We'll touch on Blunt at the
Yeah,
end.
I just
then.
want to do the breaking news thing.
All right.
He was real excited.
All right, so what do you guys think? Buy, sell, or hold on Wilson?
If I had him, I would sell him, but I would never own him. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, he's not realistically on.
pretty sure
unless
he's in
you
the waivers on our on the waivers on our 14-team league.
Yeah, so
So that's what.
if he's on his waivers, he's worth picking him up and see what happens. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, if you can, if somebody's willing to pay something for him, I would be more than happy to get rid of him if he's on waivers and I have some roster room, maybe, because who else is there besides maybe
I think
Devontae
Parker and
Yeah.
Stills are the only two guys, and it's going to be Albert Wilson and our next guy.
Next guy's going to be Mr. Danny Amendola.
It's going to be one of those two
See,
guys
this is-
competing for the third role.
But this is a sign that really threw me through a loop. Like, if you want to sign one of them, that's fine because they're the slot guy. But signing both of them, you don't know how.
Especially
shit's
when
gonna
you
turn
already
out.
have that money put into Kenny Stills.
Yeah, exactly. But when you sign two slot guys like Albert Wilson that prove that he can do something in the slot, and Casey and Amendola that if you make it to the playoffs, that he's gonna fucking kill it.
And the Dolphins had shit for cap room, and they waste that on two shit wide receivers.
Are you making fun of me because I'm a hammer? But
Juan, what do you think?
No.
I honestly, again, hate the Amendola signing.
I think
Carew-
better than Albert Wilson.
Yeah, but like you said, I think Carew is a slot guy. Like,
No, that's all he is.
But
Yeah, they need an
think
outside
it shows
guy.
how much faith that they
Yeah.
don't have in Carew.
but
Or
also,
Parker by signing both those
also, I
guys.
think from these two signings, Albert Wilson and Danny Amendola, I think personally, I'm a Parker believer. I'm a Parker truther.
Same.
I'm going out there and I'm trying to get Parker because
Get him cheap.
I think people are going to be selling him on the cheap. And even if Miami drafts a player, I think Parker's another guy. Yeah, he's maybe not as good as Sammy Watkins, but he's got all the tools like Sammy does. He can jump out of the gym, all those kinds of things. And he's definitely worth a shot.
They literally compared him to Alshon Jeffrey coming out of college.
Yeah.
The
And
thing
he's
he doesn't
6'3".
stick with
He's still
Miami, he's
25
going
years
somewhere.
old. Yeah.
The only person that on the Dolphins that these signings don't hurt, I'm kind of fucked up. Stop. Stop fucking with me. But the only person that these signings don't hurt on the Dolphins is Parker.
yeah.
Or Stills. They're both outside.
Yeah, I think-
receivers now. They have three
yeah.
guys competing for the
I agree
top.
with Stills too. And it depends what quarterback. You know, personally, I don't know if Ryan Tannehill is going to be their guy anymore. I think
He's got one more year.
Yeah.
They just
He has one more year.
They
Yeah.
redid his contract. He got 17.2 in a signing bonus this year.
He has one more year if he doesn't prove that he is the guy.
Base contract was
Yeah.
minimum though.
personally, Ryan Tannehill is a wide receiver. He's never completed that
Yeah,
turn
Juan
over
acts
to a
like he's
quarterback.
black guy.
And it's game over for me. So
All right, what do you guys think? Buy, sell, or hold?
I would probably sell. I don't even know what these guys.
On Amendola.
Amendola and Wilson.
I would hold until either Amendola or Albert Wilson prove their worth.
I just think Carew is going to overtake both of them.
But I don't think that, because they signed these guys for a reason.
They traded up for Carew for a reason.
They signed these guys for a reason. So it's either Carew's not there yet or they don't trust him. So
buy, sell, or hold.
We already said it.
Oh.
I'm just going to throw in and I'll sell. I'll sell both these guys. I'm going to say Dolphins are going to have a bad year. They're going to be, out of the playoffs halfway through the year, and they're going to be like, okay, we need to figure out who's going to be a wide receiver for next year. They're going to be focused on Parker, Stills, and then Mitch's guy Carew is going to get in the mix, and they're going to see if he's the real deal or if they have to go after another wide receiver.
All right. Tiny little break, and when we come back, we're going to get back to the New York fucking football Giants.
Oh.
All right. See you guys in a few. Bye.
Big signings.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Now that BJ's done pulling out of Juan's ass. Chap. We'll move on. We're on to the New York football Giants. And what do you guys think about the signing of Jonathan Stewart?
Honestly, I think it's just a hole filler until they sign Saquon. Or draft Saquon, 2 overall.
Yeah, I agree. You don't sign someone like Jace to be your lead back.
I mean, he may play 3 snaps a game.
But
pretty much.
You do have Eli Manning, the elite.
No. Juan, your take?
This is just a veteran signing. The GM was a gentleman, right? He's gentleman, yeah.
Gentleman. He's probably pretty gentle with guys' buttholes.
Pretty much. But
not as gentle as BJ was.
Yeah, except my ass kind of feels like sandpaper right now. So
I bet OBJ's hooker's ass is about as rough as that.
Probably. OBJ can do whatever he wants because he's OBJ.
Rip lines off her ass.
So, I mean, I'd rip lines off her ass too if she let me do it. But
I agree.
Anyways, I think they signed Jonathan Stewart because he's a veteran leadership, and that's about it. I think he probably gets 1 or 2 snaps a game.
All right. Buy, sell, or toss in the fucking river. Wait, no, that would be hold, so whatever.
Don't even contemplate putting him on your roster.
Yeah, he shouldn't be on your roster.
If he is, just cut the fucking deadweight loose.
Yeah, he's a roster clog. Cut loose right now.
Could put someone better on it.
All right. And moving on to another New York team, the fucking Jets.
Jets suck.
Right. They've signed Josh McClown, otherwise known as John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, yeah, he's a murderer now, man.
Yeah, well, John Wayne Gacy was a clown.
I think he's honestly just a backup plan in case Teddy sucks. I know they named him the starter, but I think by the time the season rolls around, that will not be the case.
I mean, he did good last year. I couldn't see anything cheering that except for Robbie Henderson being gone for a while.
One.
I'm going to say I'm kind of going to move ahead to Teddy Bridgewater too, but I'm going to say Josh McCown and Teddy Bridgewater share the season. So McCown starts off the season as a starter because they think they're going to
2 games
actually compete when everyone knows they're the fucking Jets and they're horrible. And then they're going to put Sweaty Teddy in for the end of the year and see what he's got. And it's going to be nothing. So,
I mean,
Teddy's like Uncle Cosby.
End of the year.
This Cosby's Teddy.
All right.
So buy, sell, hold.
The only way you're holding him is if you have Sweaty Teddy and you're not sure who the starter's going to be.
I feel like I want Sweaty Teddy in my room every night.
Sweaty. Yeah, I bet you do.
Like a younger Bill Cosby.
Ooh, I hope he's not like that.
I do. Okay. So football.
Let's just move on.
Teddy Bridgewater, then. Let's move on to him.
This is the guy you actually want. You don't want Josh McCown. You want Sweaty Teddy. He's going to end up playing the majority of the season, probably 9+ games, 10+ games for them. And I think he'll be okay. Hopefully they have a good draft to bring in some better players to put around him.
I mean, Sweaty Teddy's definitely the guy you want to own at the end of the season. But McCown, if you have him for the start of the season, it's worth hanging on to him and seeing what he does, and then trading him off, knowing that Teddy Bridgewater is gonna have the role at the end of the season. Are you pissing?
No, I'm filling up my cup with some Tyler's Killer Lemonade.
Put the plug in right there for Tyler's Killer Lemonade, made in Waterford, Wisconsin.
Smirnoff, a couple Crystal Light packets, and some homemade sweet tea. Ow!
It is delicious.
Lawson 316,
it goes down
bitch.
quite
That's
smooth. All right, so let's move on. We're not
the last Jet on
Isaiah
Crowell. Isaiah Crowell, ex-Brown.
The Crow.
I mean, if he can be as good as a Crow is, it's okay.
The Crow
I
is
honestly think he'll
pretty much
step
the
in.
shit, though.
Forte is done now. They fucking hate Bilal Powell for some fucking reason. Elijah McGuire, I thought, was pretty good. I think he'll handle the pass catching role in that backfield.
But I keep the ball around.
I have no fucking idea.
I mean,
They want him as just to be there for veteran leadership, as Juan said.
and this is my eyes. I think
they should trade him. I feel like
I
someone
think
would
Bilal's
pay
better
something.
than Crowell. I honestly do. I think he's a better running back than Crowell.
I don't know about that. They're different styles.
They're different styles, but I think in the long run, Bilal Powell is going to give you more points.
I'm going to butt in here and say I think Powell is the odd man out here. I think Elijah McGuire is the younger guy. Powell's a little bit older. Elijah takes over what Mitch said, the passing down backs or reps, and Crowell is like the goal line, first and second down guy. Because
third one, fourth
how old Crowell? Like 25?
24, 25.
Yeah, so he's still young. I think he holds some value there. I think
and if you watch his tape, he's a lot faster than he actually than he looks.
Yeah, he's not the worst. I think last year, the Browns had a decent offensive line, but the Browns get hurt so much by people don't respect the passing game, so everyone just
and they were just always down. They couldn't use him in the first, second down roles, so they had to put Duke in so much more, and that's why he had so many receptions.
But at the same time, the Jets are going to be in the same situation, so that's not going to necessarily help.
I still think Powell's better.
No. I mean, I do, but I just don't think the Jets view him as that, as they already said.
But they're fucking stupid.
They could probably trade him for something. Anyways.
All right, so buy, sell, or hold.
I would buy Crowell. I don't think his price is going to be high, and I think he's going to overperform what you pay for him.
I'm selling. I think his numbers going to be pretty much around the same as last year, so...
Yeah, I'm going to definitely buy because I don't see anybody on the roster right now from the Jets that is going to be the goal line back, and I'm going to hope that Crowell is that goal line guy and going to eat
on goal line.
I mean, the few times they are,
I mean, what are you gonna honestly pay for Crowell? Like, what is an owner of Crowell going to
mid to late third?
Yeah, so
max.
I mean. And you get a guy,
like a 12 to 14 team league.
You get a guy that's gonna
an early fourth.
Yeah, and you can fill him in. He's gonna be like a bye week filler guy. He's not gonna be your running back 2 or 3. He's gonna be like
if you're starting him, you're
you're starting him, then
he's gonna be the 5th, 6th running back on your roster.
All right. Let's move on here. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Peyton Barber. Hey, I need a fucking barber right now.
Hey, BJ, I thought you said you weren't gonna put re-signs on the list.
Hey, what the fuck? God damn, my outline is fucked up. All right,
no,
go ahead,
actually, thinking about him, I don't see why they wouldn't re-sign him. Like, he was super cheap. I think he was under $700,000 this year because he hasn't been in the league very long, and he looked pretty capable at the end of the last season.
He's a bum. Not that good. Over. Done. Move on to the next one.
I'm going to add to this and say, who is Tampa's running back right now? Who are you going to call their number 1 running back? Yeah, I know the draft is still going to happen, but I mean, Peyton Barber. Yeah, it's Barber. He's 23 years old. I mean,
and that's why they re-signed him for absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
They're gonna draft
I mean, how much is an owner of Peyton Barber going to ask for right now? I mean, maybe like a low 4th, 5th, maybe. Like, I mean, I'm going to buy him, and I'm going to try and see if I can steal maybe a pass catching running back. I expect Jameis Winston to definitely improve on his stats from last year.
Actually, after seeing their lack of moves in this offseason, I could see them trading up to draft Saquon.
You guys got it.
But that's on a whole different level, so we won't continue on that.
Where are you going to actually draft this guy? Because if you don't have a decent running back for your team by now, and you're on to Peyton Barber,
you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a backup role,
He's a flyer. He's a dart throw. You're going to take a dart on him.
All right, there we go. All right,
he's the guy that you're going to keep if you have a tax squad, pretty much.
Shall we move on? Oh wait, no. Buy, sell, hold. Buy, sell, hold.
You still have.
Buy.
I'm going to buy because there isn't any other running backs in Tampa right now. Obviously, I know free agency isn't over with and the draft hasn't happened, but I mean, you're going to buy him for pennies on the dollar, so you never know what's going to happen.
I'm going to buy him because what are the chances of you hitting on a guy in the 4th or 5th round? And that's all I'd pay for him. If the guy wants an early 3rd, I'll tell him to go fuck himself.
I mean, if I own him, I'm not giving up for that, so I'm just going to stick it out and see what happens. Cut him if it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Tennessee Titans signed up Deion Lewis. What do you guys think?
Remember the tight ones.
This is one of my favorite signings.
Get him before the grass goes.
Period. This is one of my favorite signings of the whole free agency period because I called this, and I feel like Deion in that system could potentially even take 1st and 2nd down work away from Derrick Henry. I mean, not goal line, not short yardage, but...
I mean, Derrick Henry's still going to be the lead back, but I can see him definitely having a role on the team that will make him...
At $5 million a season, they are committed to him now.
Yeah, but he's not going to take Derrick Henry's role. I'm sorry.
He could take some of it.
He's definitely going to take some of it. That's why they paid for him.
He could take some of that 1st and 2nd down role on top of his 3rd down role.
I mean,
even if you look at it last year in New England, he did not catch the ball a whole ton. He was more of an in-between the tackles runner.
I mean, no, I agree with that. He's definitely going to have a role. He's going to be good. But I think that Derrick Henry is still going to be the vocal point of the fantasy value there. That's just me.
Juan?
I actually love the signing of Deion Lewis. I think he obviously went there because the head coach now, Mike Vrabel, kind of knows.
With the old, didn't they hire the Freilich or whatever, Herlick from Oregon as their offensive coordinator?
But I said Vrabel because he's from the Patriots, so he kind of knows. He kind of knows the Deion Lewis kind of story. I think. I'm not a big Derrick Henry guy. I think Mariota is more of like a running kind of dunk it off.
Fits with Mariota.
Mariota and Deion fit perfect like a glove. Obviously, Deion's kind of older. What is he like?
28, 29.
Yeah, 28, 29. So, I mean, you don't got a whole lot of time with him, but I think... but
he's also got low tread because he hasn't played. Because
he had all those injuries. He didn't play all that. Belichick gave him a shot. It's... Patriots-esque to do that, something like that. I'm definitely a believer in him.
All right. So buy, sell, hold.
I'm buying. I don't think his price is going to be super high. And I've been a believer in him since day one with the Patriots. I actually picked him up before he was ever even announced as doing anything for the Pats in 2015, 2016. I don't know. In Tresky's league or whatever, when I picked him up and I was like, dude, this is a guy, and I actually started him week 1 and he ended up working a bunch. But he worked out for me until he got hurt.
He's good, but I'm selling him because I don't see him on long-term plans, so I'm going to sell him. His value's high. So
I'm going to buy.
I'll let you finish before.
I do think that I think I can get him for a decent price, like Mitch said. I think some people really think that Derrick Henry is the guy. I just don't see Derrick Henry like the pass catching back out of the backfield that Mariota needs with all of his like gadget plays and his read option and things like that. I feel like Deion just really fits into that kind of role.
And to add to that, for being a little guy, Deion runs between the tackles very well.
Yeah, I feel like if you buy Deion right now, you're not looking for 5 years like you would at like Derrick Henry. You're looking at like 2 years maybe.
Yeah,
of
keep
solid,
him for this year.
Of
Next off season, sell him.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's why I want to sell him. Flipping it around on you guys, I want to sell him because I'm only gonna have 2 years. I'm gonna sell him, try to get a piece that will last me longer.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like in the Patriots offense, they utilize so many running backs like Sex Burkhead.
But people coming out of the Patriots,
James White, and then
Gillislee,
like his value just wasn't there, and so that's why you can buy him kind of low. And
when he's one of a two.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, his value went up
backs.
going out of that.
Oh
system.
yeah.
So you might as well sell him at this point and get someone. Try to get someone for your long term.
But at the end of last year, when he was used as an every down role,
yeah,
like
he showed
the last 6 weeks of last season.
He showed up.
He was literally given every opportunity, and then it came to playoff time, James White time. Fucking.
That's more. There's more reason to sell because, like you guys said, he only has 2 more years.
Yeah, but get
someone for
why not keep him for the 1 year where he can help you and then sell him?
I'm not saying sell him right now. I'm saying
you said
you gotta sell him.
Yeah, you're selling.
You're saying through the point of the season, you gotta sell him and get someone for your long term future.
All right,
hold is right now.
Now that we're all literally confused all the hell, let's move on. Cleveland Browns, my favorite city, Cleveland. Not that anybody cares here because they've all been high on crack for too long and won't remember. So, Carlos Hyde.
I actually think Cleveland turns around this season. And
How many games do you think they won?
I already said in the last podcast, 5 to 7 chance of a 500 record.
Okay. I'm with that.
I actually really like the Carlos Hyde signing for the Browns. He's going to get that first and second down role throughout the whole season as long as he stays healthy the whole time. And this means there is no chance of them taking Saquon. Almost no chance. I won't say no chance. I'll go 95% chance they don't take Saquon.
Oh, I agree. Hyde definitely made the right choice going where he is.
I actually think he meshes really well with Tyrod too. Because the guy can still catch a football, but he also isn't relied on to catch the football because they have Duke there.
Well, I mean, if anything is going to gain value from Tyrod being there, it's going to be Duke because he is the receiving back. Like, they're not going to veer away from that.
I'm going to butt in here and say I'm going to go to Browntown on this one, and I love Carlos Hyde going to the Browns.
I mean, I never said I didn't like Carlos Hyde.
I honestly think that Duke is like he's the third down back. He's the slot kind of guy. He'll split out wide receiver.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know they have Jarvis now, but
motion him out to the slot. Like
kind of like a Le'Veon Bell-esque kind of use him. And I think Carlos Hyde is their workhorse. And he can still catch the ball in the backfield on first and second downs. There's no thing that's saying Tyrod can't check it down to him like he loves to do.
Tyrod does
Shady McCoy-esque. We saw
the
that
only thing
before.
I'm worried about is you put Duke Johnson and Le'Veon Bell in the same sentence.
All he said is that they're going to split him out like he did with Le'Veon. With Todd Haley as the offensive coordinator.
I don't see it.
I just feel like people are very down on Carlos Hyde right now.
Honestly, I sold him, and I kind of wish I didn't because I think he's going to be a very good running back there. He was a running back 9 last year with San Fran. Granted, he caught 59 balls, which I don't think he'll catch even half that this season because of Duke Johnson. But he will get a lot of the goal line work, which I feel like their offense will put him on the goal line a lot more. And they're going to be a solid offense in general.
All right. Buy, sell, or hold on him.
Buy.
All right.
Even though I said I sold, I would rebuy him if I could.
Yeah, I would buy him. I know there's a lot of factors going into it, but they have a good offensive line. He's a clear-cut running back, so I would buy him.
Again, agreeing with you two, and I'm going to say bye. I feel like people are going to undervalue the shit out of him, and you might even be able to steal him for like a late first,
lot of people
early
already
second.
hate Carlos just for no reason because he was on a shit offense for so many years.
Yeah.
And granted,
honestly, I really wish that he would have went. The Lions were my dream matchup.
Getting pretty fucked up now. Let's go.
Dream spot, but
honestly, I was hoping Le'Veon would leave, and he ended up with the Steelers. All right. Let's get to the fucking real
After
deal.
that fucking in sync fucking little spiel from Mitch there.
Yes, bye.
Now the few followers we had are gone.
Nah, they loved it because they're probably all 90s babies.
Yeah, but there's a lot better music in the 90s.
Queer.
Yeah. Whatever. Mitch likes the wiener. We're good.
He
does like the wiener.
FYI, I get
Cover
a
up.
job once a week.
Cover up.
It's pretty cool.
Once a week.
From his co-host.
Yes.
Yeah, BJ does it me once a week
What
as
the
well.
fuck?
Only once a week,
No.
PJ? Come on.
No.
All right, let's move on. We're off subject again. Imagine
That
that.
happens quite often.
All right. San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon. What do you guys think?
The fucking contract he just got is insane. That's why I know he's going to be the guy there. They're just not going to not use him after paying him $7.5 million a season. He's the third highest paid running back in the NFL currently. And Kyle Shanahan loves his little backs who can catch the football and kind of run between the tackles.
Yeah, I mean, they said that he's gonna take the he's gonna take the Devontae Freeman role. I just don't see it. They're not the same style runner, so I really don't like it.
I'm gonna kind of go off BJ and say I think Shanahan's gonna try and use him as the Tevin Coleman kind of role, where he's kind of the pass
Guy's
catching
going to have
back.
70 catches. this
Yeah.
year.
I don't see him as the full-on workhorse stud. I don't think they have one of those on the roster right now. Maybe, I mean, Breda or Joe Williams could be that guy, but I think they maybe draft one too. So I think they way overpaid for his contract. But
Yeah, I couldn't believe that contract. It's insane.
All right. Let's buy, sell, or hold him.
Sell. The guy is literally going for the 1.05 to the 1.07 in most Dynasty leagues, which is just insane in the membrane.
All right.
Yep. So
BJ sell.
I am, again, going to agree with you guys, and I'm going to sell the shit out of him, especially for 105 to 107. Even any first-round pick, I don't believe he's any more than like a contributor, like a third down back, like
He's probably at the
Duke
level.
Johnson.
Yeah, Duke. That's what I was about to say.
Like maybe like a Coleman at best. Like I don't see him as a workhorse, and obviously Jimmy G's there, so I give him a little upstick.
Jimmy GQ, handsome Jimmy.
I don't see him anything near a first round pick.
And actually, if you think about it, once Jimmy came in, is when Hyde's receptions went down the shithole.
Yeah, because Jimmy actually threw to the wide receivers, tight end, Kittle, everything.
All right, let's get through these last couple. We're almost done.
Yeah, on to Oakland. And this one hits home a little bit for us as big Pack fan.
Single tier.
But yes, we can't let
Single
emotions
tier.
no emotions involved here. Jordy was declining. And what he got paid was, I'm very happy for him that they actually
2
paid him
years,
that.
15 mil with 13 mil guaranteed. I like it for him.
I don't think that. I think it was smart for the Packers.
Even though
to
he
let go of him.
almost accepted a Packer deal for $2 million this season.
Yeah, what veteran minimum? On?
It was just
Is that official now?
It was
Is that the official?
Well,
They said it was just over the vet minimum. Vet minimum.
That's what they officially.
1,015,000.
Yeah.
And honestly, it was either the Packers got rid of him now or a year too late, because I think he wasn't getting separation. He's slowing down a lot.
Still that possession receiver, great hands.
Yes, but
I'm curious how Oakland uses him.
I just
If
really
they want him to play that also outside role that he played with Green Bay, I just don't see it happening.
well, who else are they going to put outside?
I'm gonna butt in and say, yeah, I agree with BJ. I really thought that I liked Crabtree on the outside, and then Jordy on the slot role.
Jordy, a big slot receiver.
I thought maybe he would have a better impact there, but now that Jordy is obviously the outside receiver, I mean, I guess I'm assuming that because they cut Crabtree and he signed with the Ravens.
Crabtree.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
so
talked about it already.
I don't really. I'm not really a fan of this, and I feel like Jordy had that special connection with A-Rod that he's not just going to be able to jump in and have that with Derek Carr. And I'm gonna pass on Jordy.
I just really hope that he does better than James Jones did when he left the Packers to be the Raiders.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing Jordy and knowing what he meant to our community, I hope he does really good. But history's not on his side.
No.
Every receiver dating back to Brett Favre that left Green Bay has really disappointed.
Yeah. I'm gonna butt in on that and say he was definitely part of the system, and
Rodgers makes receivers, but granted, Jordy in his heyday was
Jordy was a number one wide receiver.
Before that ACL, he was a top tier receiver.
He would have more value if he would have came back to the Packers than he would right now.
I do also think he really helps out Amari.
Yeah,
teach Amari how to catch a fucking football. Because Jordy has some of the best hands in the league.
Well, he'll more teach him how to be a professional and go about his everyday life. Last year, I think...
And catch a fucking football.
All right. I think last year, a lot of things fell on Amari Cooper where he was dropping shit.
Let's keep this on topic with Jordy. Let's buy, sell, or hold him.
I'm going to hold him. I don't think you're going to get a whole lot for him right now. So you might as well hold him till his career's over and see if he can perform for you this season.
Honestly, I was going to say hold, but right now I think his value is kind of spiked. So I think this right now is the perfect time to sell him to try to get something for the future. So go out there, put him on the block, and see what you can get.
I'm going to agree with BJ on this one. And
so would you take a third rounder for him?
Early, yes.
Yeah. No.
I'm gonna agree with BJ though and say that I would sell him because Crabtree just got cut, everyone's gonna just obviously it's before the draft, so the Raiders don't have a chance to pick up another wide receiver. Maybe they sign one in free agency, but I feel like everyone's gonna assume Jordy's the number 2, and everyone's gonna assume that he's gonna be the same guy that he was in Green Bay, which I honestly don't think, because him and Aaron Rodgers had that connection. When it was third and whatever, Rodgers knew that a back shoulder pass was going to Jordy. Rodgers knew where Jordy was on the field. Derek Carr's not going to know that. So,
and building on top of that, even if Jordy goes out and kills it this year, you got to think about how many years you have of that. You have probably one more year.
Yeah.
So if you have the opportunity to go on and build on your team because of Jordy going to Oakland, you got to jump all over.
Yeah, I just hold him and use him.
He's got 1 or 2 years
anything
tops.
You got
to take that stab at.
All right,
that's mine.
Let's move on. Let's go to one more for Oakland. Doug Martin. What do you guys think?
Really was not expecting him to get signed before in the middle of the regular season when some starting running back went down and a team needed help.
I honestly don't think he has any fantasy relevance unless Marshawn gets caught.
I could actually see him and Marshawn just holding each other back and being nothing.
I can see that too. That's why there's nothing relevant for him right now unless he gets cut because of what you said.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both you guys. Dougie Fresh, the hamster wheel, is like...
The muscle hamster.
He's like 29.
About 29, average
he's about
2.9 yards a carry for the last 2.5 years.
I mean, running backs are a dime a dozen nowadays, and this running back draft that's coming out is just ridiculous.
It's like loaded.
There's like at least 10 guys that you could maybe consider a starting running back on your team.
At least.
Yeah. So I think Raiders definitely draft one, and they get rid of Marshawn because he's fucking old and he's done.
They're done with that.
Zero. If they cut Marshawn right now, it's 0 dead cap too.
Yeah. So I'm not a fan of Dougie.
So buy, sell, or hold?
I'd sell for whatever you can get for him because I don't think he's going to be fantasy relevant this season.
I kind of think if you have him on your team and you had him through his Tampa Bay stint, you kind of have to hold. He's by far at his lowest. They'll probably draft someone, but he's still going to be the guy ahead of him for at least this year.
Well, the thing you have to think about is he's not going to get passing down work because of Jalen Richard and DeAndre Washington. So it's going to be him and Marshawn splitting first and second down roles.
Well, this is me thinking that they're going to cut Marshawn because of what you said, 0 dead cap. So I think they're going to eventually end up cutting him. It probably is going to depend on who falls to him in the draft. but I think you have to.
Yeah, I agree. I think Doug Martin's an afterthought. He's not worth your time.
All right. Let's move on. Patriots with Jeremy Hill signing. What do you guys think?
Right now, his value is so fucking low. You can probably pick him off waivers, or maybe trade a fifth for him, and he could probably get you 7 touchdowns this season.
Maybe, potentially.
Yeah, potentially.
You don't know with how Patriots.
That's all I have to say. Nothing much.
I like the signing. I think right now Hill's kind of a dart throw. So I mean, if you can get him for a 5th round pick or off your waivers, he could turn into that LeGarrette Blount-esque role from 2016. Maybe get some touchdowns for you. I don't think he's never gonna be the pass down catching back. He's not gonna be the 3 down back. Obviously, it's New England. They're never gonna have a 3 down back.
Goal line, short yardage only.
He's worth a crapshoot.
I mean, I agree with you guys. High risk, high reward. You can pick him up. He can do absolutely nothing for you. Or you can get him on your team. He can be like a LeGarrette Blount and score you 18 touchdowns. You just don't know.
I don't think his value.
All right, so what are we going to do? Buy, sell, or trade him? Or hold? Shit.
I'd buy him because his value's so low.
I would hold him because his value is so low. That's just what I am.
Well, it's not like anyone actually has him.
I'd probably buy him. I think maybe if you have that extra room on your roster to kind of manage a high upside guy like that, I would go after him. Otherwise, an interesting thought would be maybe you could sell him for a little bit, like maybe like a.
I mean, if you do like have him, you could try to sell him to someone.
This is if you have him, this is the time to sell him right now. And you sell him to somebody, and you tell him that he's going to play the LeGarrette Blount 2016 role, and he is going to get all the goal line work, and that's all.
Dumbass.
Yeah, I mean that's the only way you can sell him.
Kind of to hold him because even when he saw LeGarrette Blount playing the goal line work, he scored 18 touchdowns.
Well, that's if you have him even for both those.
I'm just saying
buy him
in that role you can
waivers. In
that role with the Patriots scheme, you can have a fancy relevant running back in the goal line work. Now, am I saying it's going to work out? No, probably 80% chance that it's not going to work out. But I bought Blount in the year that he went off for 18, and I got him with my last pick in my draft and redraft.
So scoring.
All right. So this has been a pretty heated podcast.
Yeah,
and I moved this particular conversation to the end because, well, I knew what would happen being hometown Packer fans here.
Well, seeing as we already did it and cut it out, and
nobody knew that until you said that.
Yeah, but
so now we moved it, and
they're about to hear the raw emotion.
All right, so we're going to do a little talk about the Green Bay Packers signing of Jimmy Graham.
Cracker.
Jimmy Graham cracker.
All right, let's get to it.
He's a ginger snap.
Let's hear our initial reactions of Jimmy Graham signing.
You can start. At first, I thought it was a good signing. Then I saw his deal, $22 million over the first 2 seasons, $30 million over 3 altogether. And I barfed in my mouth. I threw up. I had a little burp juice. It was absolutely disgusting.
I mean, the contract is bigger for older tight end, and I won't disagree with you with that. But I think that with the way that Philbin likes to use his tight ends going up the middle, I think he's going to put up more yardage than what you would expect, and he's going to be a lot more fantasy relevant, tight end 1-2 range, that he will be worth having on your team.
I expect almost no yardage and just all touchdowns.
Yeah, but you're obviously not looking back at what Philbin did with Finley, which is pretty much of a same variety of
nowhere near the same type of tight end because Finley was in his prime, who was fast as fuck, and Jimmy has no speed.
So I'm gonna butt in here.
You're taking what Jimmy did in a scheme where they passed.
He tore his patella tendon.
Oh yeah,
these two are grizzly wrestling.
Broke his fucking neck.
Okay, then his career ended. This guy came back in his.
Hey, let's get Juan. Let's let Juan get a take on this.
While these two are grizzly wrestling over here, I think from Packers perspective, obviously I'm a hometown fan. I like the deal. I don't like that they paid that much money, but I understand because they want a tight end that is proven. And I think Jimmy Graham will open up the field to like somebody running underneath, for instance, Cobb, Geronimo, Aztec. But from a dynasty aspect, I do like the signing too. I just think that he's going to be targeted in the red zone. I feel like
that's his only value is in the red zone.
I feel like he can still stretch the field. I feel like just because of his name, he's going to draw the safety down. He's going to draw a linebacker on him. They're not going to be able to double Devontae all the time. Somebody like Geronimo and Cobb are definitely going to benefit. So I think Jimmy Graham, obviously I'm going to jump ahead and I'm going to say I'm going to buy Jimmy Graham, but I'm also going to buy like Geronimo and Cobb because I feel like they're going to open up. Jimmy Graham's going to open up
Cobb's
for them
be a
too.
Piece of shit again.
Yeah, but Cobb's a buy low right now. Cobb you can get for what are you going to give Cobb right now?
I wouldn't give any.
Exactly.
I wouldn't even give up a fifth for him.
Yeah, exactly. In a PPR league, I feel like if you threw out an early fourth for Cobb, somebody's going to
use Cobb. Ever? When are you
You're
ever
going to use him as a bye week filler?
I mean, now with Jordy gone, you can use him literally anytime.
No.
Personal
I don't disagree with you. I don't like the amount of money that we spent on him, but really that's not really the case right now, fantasy value wise.
Yeah.
But I do like what he brings to the table. Like you said, he opens everything up.
Yeah,
he opens up Cobb. He opens up Devontae. He opens up Gmo.
Okay, he opens up them.
everything
How
up.
does that help his dynasty value?
It helps
He's opening up them.
It helps his dynasty value because Philbin always showed that he likes to use his tight end through the middle of the field.
Let me ask you a question.
What he's going to do.
Who's a better quarterback? Russell the Love Muscle or Rodgers?
The fuck do you think?
Russell the Love Muscle.
Who? Rodgers, yeah.
Yeah, who the fuck do you think?
How does
Rodgers
his value not increase somewhat?
Yeah.
The only way Jimmy is getting you points is if you rely on touchdowns every week.
That's false. They're going to use him.
I'm not saying
use him up.
How many yards is he going to have?
They're going to use him in the middle of the field. I'm not going to try to predict how many yards he's going to have.
Let me cut in here.
But they're going to use him in the middle of the field, and he's going to get yards.
I'm not super football savvy, but I do know that now with Jordy gone, we don't have a huge veteran supply of receivers.
Exactly.
So
who's the number 2 on the team?
Devontae right now will be number 1. Who's number 2?
It would have to be Gmo. Outside, right?
Gmo. So we're relying on a unproven Gmo.
Fourth-year player. Every time he's had a chance, he's played well.
for a
He's
couple
dropped a lot.
Gmo's going to be suspended for a couple games.
No, that was last year.
So we bring in a veteran tight end. And you guys honestly think that he's not going to?
I think his only value is in the red zone.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying he's going to get targeted, and I'm saying he's going to get targeted because we have a younger wide receiver.
I feel that's.
I look for Jimmy Graham to be a top 4 tight end in the NFL.
If he has 15 touchdowns, that's all.
No, he's going to get the yards too, and he's going to get the reception.
He'll definitely be. He'll get the targets
that are better.
Gronk, Ertz, Kelsey, Ingram.
I wouldn't say Ingram. Maybe Ingram last year with absolutely no wide receivers.
Now you say that.
But I think
not top 5.
And I think Kelsey gets hurt.
I never said he was going to be top
Mahomes.
5.
I think Kelsey takes a hit with Mahomes, and they added.
And I still think his value.
But Sammy Watkins.
So disregard the league right now. You got to look at the Packers. Who is the honest targets of the Packers right now?
It's Devontae.
A lot of running backs.
Jimmy Graham.
They're going to check down the running backs.
But have we?
It's going to be a bunch of fucking Devontae.
But then how often have we checked down to running backs? I mean, we're not a.
Tymont had a 13 reception game last season. Yeah, and he's going to move to the slot too.
Yeah, but you're also relying on a guy to stay healthy for 16 games, which he hasn't proven.
But I think it's going to break down. It's going to be Devontae 1. It's going to be Graham 2. And then it's going to be Gmo.
I completely agree.
I mean, Gmo right now is probably your prime buy low candidate because no one's thinking about him taking over that outside role. When he takes over that outside role, he has excelled in it.
Yeah.
Every time he has a full outside role gig, he has always made big plays.
And if you're buying Graham, you're buying him for 2 years. The Packers signed him for what, like $22 million guaranteed or whatever. The Packers signed him for 2 years, basically.
The Packers are
they're gonna cut loose with him after the third year if he doesn't do anything. They know that they have a window with A-Rod, and they're trying to take advantage.
Well, as what I think with as a Packer fan, I think they're going to draft a tight end in this next draft class. One of the Saki, something like that.
Because the tight end,
and they're going to give them that year or two to develop. Then they're going to cut loose with them, and then have the next thing to come in.
The tight end,
they're not going to try to do what they did, what they did with Rodgers. They drafted him, and tried to throw him in right away.
Well, Richard Rodgers was a project. He was one of Ted Thompson's bullshit.
It failed. He is still trapped, so he has no speed.
But Ted Thompson always did that bullshit where he took like Quentin Rollins, who was a basketball player, who he thought he could be a cornerback, and he took Demarius Randall, who was a safety, and he tried to make a quarterback.
Turned out to be a kid in the fucking locker room.
Goodson, and he was a basketball player, and he tried to make a quarterback.
But the money doesn't make sense, but the signing itself makes perfect sense. If you're trying to build up a young tight end if you're going to draft.
And I think as far as Dynasty value, his value goes up.
Oh, most definitely.
Because just because of the way our offense is
just because he's with Aaron Rodgers, other than
that disregarding everything else besides the Devontae being the only real legit veteran, if you can call him that, receiver there right now.
He's played 4 seasons.
Yeah, but all I'm saying
is the rest of them are not.
Is if you're doubting Jimmy Graham, you got to look back and see what they did with Finley, and they're going to try to do the exact same thing with him.
And the thing is,
Finley
Seattle haven't had shit for a tight end since then.
Well, you got to remember this. Finley could easily still be playing right now.
All right, hey guys, we could go on with this forever.
Yeah.
But we got
to do the buy, sell, hold.
Yeah. So in the end of this, are we going to buy, sell, or hold, Jimmy?
I'm going to say sell him. You're going to have to rely on way too many touchdowns.
All right.
I'm going to say sell him. It's not because of the touchdown dependency. It's going to be because I think replacing a tight end in your fantasy roster is easier than any other position.
And I'm going to buy. This, I do agree that you can replace a fantasy tight end if you're looking like under top 4, very hard to replace. I'm not saying
Ertz,
a top tight end sets you apart in your matchup every week.
And I feel like Graham has that ability. He's playing with the best quarterback in the NFL right now. I don't care about all you Tom Brady GOAT person. But
GOAT person.
I fucking hate Tom Brady. He can go fuck himself, by the way.
He's racist too.
But I think A-Rod is the best quarterback in the NFL, and he can definitely help Jimmy Graham's value, and he's definitely going to improve on his yardage numbers from the Sea Chickens.
And I'm not saying that you're going to pick up a tight end off of waiver wires that's going to be in the top 5, but you're going to pick up a serviceable tight end if your roster suits it. That's why I would say you're going to.
I do agree, but in the same aspect, if you're ready to win now, like if you're going for the championship now,
Jimmy Graham's the way to go.
Jimmy Graham is a guy that you can target and you can take your team.
But as a seller, that's the reason why you want to sell too.
If I'm rebuilding and I need to.
All right, let's fucking end this shit.
Go after it.
All right, yeah. So
thank you guys for listening to our podcast, episode 3.5, because it's the middle of the fucking weekend and it's time to get the fuck out of here because we're all wasted and we want to go drink some more.
Yeah, good time.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Follow me at NSFW_DFF Mitch. Follow BJ at NSFW_DFF BJ. Follow our main account at NSFW_DFF. And follow us on SoundCloud, Play Radio, Anchor.fm,
if you guys,
YouTube, and iTunes podcast.
If you guys go to our Facebook account, it has all the links for everything that you need.
Yeah, our Facebook is, if you search it, it is NSFW Dynasty FF.
Yeah, give us a like.
If you actually stuck through this whole podcast with us drunk asses just randomly spurting out things, congrats to you.
Yes, we'll give you a gold star.
Let me make sure that
which means actually
I'll give you
nothing.
A gold sticker. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, we'll see you next. Actually, we'll see you in a couple of days. We'll still do our original Sunday.
One is wide receiver rookie rankings. Let's
not as drunk too. So
we'll start out.
I'm gonna edit half of that
later.
out.